What I read in July. Starting off digitally, I read Wolverine Revenge by Jonathan Hickman and Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo coming back to Marvel is amazing. The artwork in this book was great, especially the Red Band edition. However, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars due to Hickman's poor pacing, kind of generic and basic story. Going into the physicals though, we've got Batman by Paul Dini Omnibus. Most of these issues are self-contained, so it feels very episodic, so it kind of gives me that nostalgia feeling of the animated series. And then story arcs like Heart of Hush are just absolutely amazing and show how much care Dini really has for the character. Getting into Marvel, we've got the Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 2. This is continuing the Jack Kirby Stan Lee era, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. You get a lot of stuff with the Inhumans in here as they debut, as well as the biggest thing that happened in this omnibus is the debut of Galactus and the Silver Surfer. An exciting 3-issue story arc that I still think holds up to this day. The artwork by Jack Kirby is only getting better at this point. I will say though, there is some crazy dialogue from Mr. Fantastic in this book, and that's all on Stan Lee. We'll just leave it at that. And then moving on to the GOAT, I read some Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 4. Obviously, the biggest thing that happens in this omnibus is going to be the death of Gwen Stacy, and man, talking about titles that still hold up to this day, the lead up to that story arc, the story arc itself, and the aftermath are all brilliantly done. Shout out Jerry Conway, an amazing Spider-Man writer. And then lastly, I read the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 5. I just kept going because man, this 70s era of Spider-Man was amazing. But this is where we get the first Clone Saga. We get introduced to the Jackal. We have some really cool stuff happen with Gwen Stacy, the furthering relationship of Peter and Mary Jane. Another highlight is definitely Ross Andrews' artwork. Definitely one of the most, if not the most underrated Spider-Man artists. But that's everything I read. Let me know down below what you guys think of these reads. What did you read for July? And thanks so much for watching. Follow for more.